See how close they'll let me get. Not bad.
No, these ones are blue and grey.
She looks like a bit of a gay pose without any weapons. This is into Stanstead, Mount Fitchett Castle near Stanstead Airport. 18 quid to get in here. Bloody ridiculous.
At Fitchett Castle,
Oh, there we go.
we pride ourselves on a hands-on and an immersive experience where animal food can be purchased from our gift shop. If you are intending to feed the animals or have come into contact with them, please ensure that you wash your hands thoroughly in the facilities situated behind you and follow the hand washing guidelines.
Sitting out in the sun. I think they'll be in the shade really. They've got 2 lines on there, not 3.
State your name before being allowed to pass this point. Oi! You down there! Halt! State your name before being allowed to pass this point.
It's got a nice shot, isn't it? So that's the Mount Fitchett coat of arms on there. Similar to the one at Clare in Suffolk, actually not far away. I mean, although it's 18 quid to come in, they have obviously made a good effort of it. Still seems a lot though. Should be about a tenner, I think. That's a really good shot over there. There's like the 2 lines and the windmills just behind it. I'll get my long lens on. There's a star of a show, aren't they, really? Some carp down there. And that's really grim. Obviously that's the old plunge there, isn't it, where you used to put witches and obviously dip them in and out of the water. Christ, we used to come up with some grim ideas, didn't we, back in the day? Imagine being chained up on there on a day like today. Or in the winter, for that matter.
One of my descendants, Richard of Mount Fitchett II, is destined to become famous in this kingdom. You have just walked back in time to the 11th century. I am Baron Mount Fitchett, and I own the castle and live here with my family, servants and guards. The rest of the castle community lives in the Outer Bailey. My father, the Duke
That's the school trip leaving now, so I've kind of got the castle to myself now. Would be a lot easier to live like this, wouldn't it, I think? Grow food, keep idiots out that you don't want. Borders. Once upon a time when we could have borders. And you think back in the day, you left these James O'Brien's LBC presenters, they'd be seen as traitors and kicked out. Because it'd be a threat to the sustainability of the castle. But obviously, because we're in such wimpified times now, and much easier, softer times, people like that can thrive. Yeah, there you go. That'll be where I'd have lefties and commies would end up. You want to load a drawbridge to the enemy, you can get yourself in there, lad. So just when I'd done in there, another school trip walked in, so I decided to leave. I can't be doing with loads of overprotective teachers looking down the nose at me because I've got a camera. So I'll go into this more quieter bit in here. Beheading. Introduced the reign of William the Conqueror for the execution of Waffioff, Earl of Northumberland, 1076. Confined to those of noble birth who were convicted of treason or in a few cases murder.
Welcome to my home where my family live. We know from the Doomsday Book that there were 11 resident families living within the castle walls, and there would have been about 20 people to each family, the same size as mine. We all live cuddled up and sleep round the fire with our animals to keep warm. The only privacy would be behind the hazel screen you see here. In cold weather, we bring
So this is the blacksmiths.
The blacksmith was a very important member of the castle community. He made all the ironwork for the castle, the horseshoes, the armour and the arrowheads. Behind the blacksmith you will see the coney graft or rabbit hill, where the Normans kept rabbits for food. They had 2 rabbit warrens or coney grafts, one outside the castle and one inside. We know from the records that there was a resident priest here at Mount Fitcher Castle, which meant that it was a very important castle. The priest would have been a warrior priest, going into battle and killing people. He was not allowed to use the sword, but was allowed to use the ball and chain or flail.
Fertility chair. Yeah, I thought it would be pagan. It has been used since pagan times to help fertility of both men and women. Oh, there we go.
In front of you, you will see the loom and some wool from the sheep. We would dye the wool at different stages and weave it into the cloth. Dyes can be obtained from many plants, such as lady's bed straw for pink, St John's wort and well.
I've just come up to the other side, up on a bit of a high point, so you got a good view all around. And the windmill's just over here. So this is in the surgeon's bit.
I was originally a barber, but with my skill with the knife, being able to sever a limb in under a minute, I became a surgeon. Most of my patients die though, usually of shock or infections, such as gangrene.
As early as the Iron Age. Even then, they weren't native to our island but brought in from their origins in Asia. During the Iron Age, they weren't used for food or their eggs.
So this is the hellhole where people were basically put to die, just put down there and left to rot.
The idea that all matter was composed of 4 elements: earth, air, fire and water. With the right combination of elements, it was theorised any substance on earth might be formed.
We have the cliché of medieval alchemists seeking to turn lead into gold. Alchemists would perform displays of their discoveries, such...
There you are, hiding under there. getting some shade. And the chickens getting some shade and all. Right, so just to add a bit extra into this video, if you've watched all of that, if you've made it through all of it, well, thanks if you have, but I have to include, there is more available at the castle. I only had a period of time, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get around it. There's the toy museum, which is fantastic, well worth a view, and they've got like a little haunted pasture de terre sort of thing. You haven't got like actors jumping out on you, but it is good. I mean, for a child it'd be extremely good. Yeah, there's dinosaurs like littered around the area, but I just didn't have time, so I only went there to see the castle again. I think I've done a video on the Stanstead Mount Fitchett Castle before. Now, what I want to include in there though is the video title, Sad in Stanstead. I've done that because it's got like a ring to it, should we say. I always try to have like a bit of a ring to some of the video titles that I do. But the reason being I call it that is, when I was driving in from around Stanstead Airport area, there's been enough times over the last 6-7 years where I thought, what the F am I doing with my life, honestly? You know, like the photography and... I mean, looking back on it, it has been good, but there has been photos I've taken and I thought, why am I taking a photo about, or does it really matter? But there isn't any better example than this pub here, the Cock.
That kissing sound isn't someone kissing me, or kissing a cock. It's simply a cock, I mean.
Which is now a Turkish restaurant, I've noticed. So again, it's kind of proof of what I've been doing, as I consistently, sadly, get proved right in my suspicions. When I sat out on this project 6-7 years ago, you know, documenting all the pubs, churches, historic plaques, street names, anything to do with English culture and heritage and identity, I could see the way things were going even back then. You know, you could see pubs were disappearing, small businesses were struggling, etc. And there's proof of it pretty much every time I go around in circles around this country now. I'm trying to get up towards, on the outskirts, there's a pub called the, was it the Bell or something like this one here? Nearly there. But this is all boarded up and shut down, I noticed as well. At least it looks shut down. So yeah, that's another pub that I've documented. If it has shut down, you know, I've kind of recorded this one as well. The car park might tell me which one it's called. I'll have to go up a bit further. But yeah, obviously with Google Maps now, I've learned a little trick that you can skip time to 2025. So maybe if they've done it again, I'll be able to... The Old Bell, there we go. So it's the Old Bell pub. But I think that's shut down as well. Can I skip forward to 2025? Latest date? No, I don't think I can. But there you go anyway. So there is some proof in what I'm doing. But yeah, I would recommend visiting the castle. I know it's 18 quid's quite a lot to go in, but there is a lot more to see than what I've documented. It was just because time was limited today. Other than that, that's it. Cheers.